Hi guys, this is Jenna Apgar back again, and we are at day number 8 to double your business this year. And we've already spent an entire week. We built a lot of the foundational pieces. We've talked about the customer value journey and how to write good copy for all of the next pieces where we are actually going to be building your foundational systems moving forward this coming week. And today I want to talk to you about getting your first 1,000 leads. Now, that can be called subscribers. It's people you have permission to email, you have permission to call, permission to contact on Facebook using Messenger, permission to contact using LinkedIn Messenger activities. Permission being the key word. If we're going back into that relationship example, that metaphor, this is you've gotten the girl's number. You've gotten the permission to contact that guy with his cell phone number and not be creepy, right? So I want to go into how to get your first 1,000 leads, because starting to create that audience is going to be critical to growing your business. These aren't going to be the high qualified leads. They're just going to be leads to get started with, people you can message, people you can communicate with, so you can start qualifying them, so you can start moving them into the process. Different ways to do this. So I'm going to call it a lead magnet. And this is basically an ethical bribe where you can say, hey, if you give me your information, if you give me permission to communicate with you, I'm going to give you this. So please don't confuse this up front, that if it is free, if you're giving away something for free, it is not valuable. It needs to be very valuable. And in fact, it needs to be valuable and very quick, something that they can get a really quick win on, something that can show that you're a good person, that they can start to build like that know, like, and trust and respect for, that they know what you're doing. That's what a lead magnet's going to be. Why does it matter? And where are we going to get them? You can leverage, this is the first part where you're actually going to have to start utilizing that CVJ. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that back up to the broadcast. You don't need to see my face the whole time. But if you'll see, oops, wrong one. Here we go. If you'll see right here, we discussed 8 different steps into educating your client and going from not knowing you at all to knowing you really well and actively promoting you. Down on here at the bottom, we had 3 stages: aware, engage, and subscribe. The one that I'm really going to be talking about today is the subscribe. How do we get people to actively give us that permission? We're going to make them aware. Hopefully we're going to have some kind of copy or video or some kind of content that engages them, and we're going to have a call to action that gets them to subscribe. Here's the thing. I just want you to throw a dart first as we start to brainstorm what will actually work for your business, because this is going to be very different. It needs to ultimately be a small chunk of the bigger piece. So what is your core product? What is something smaller of your core product you can sell? And then what is going to be your lead magnet? So I have some sheets that I'll make available that you can kind of like think about that. But it doesn't have to be, it should not be something completely separate. I'm a marketing agency. If I tell you how to hire good people in your business, that is going to be a terrible lead magnet for me selling you marketing services. If I'm selling you a marketing strategy, maybe I have a 1-hour call where we do it really quickly that I sell to you for a low dollar amount, but the free one can be a template. And that's one that's been incredibly effective for us, or we're currently using a 73-point checklist. These can be appointments. Hey, would you like to schedule 30 minutes? So it does not have to be the traditional lead magnet that you think of with marketers, where it's, hey, here's a sheet of paper or PDF, and I'm going to give it to you in return for your email address. We've done very well with appointments. Webinar registration counts as a lead magnet offer. So registration, not attendance. Those need to be looked at absolutely separately. I've seen Jib Jab just did a great one where they created a video for you. You don't get the whole video unless you pay, but you do get to make and get a short video of you dancing around like an elf. What can you do to get a person's email and permission to message them? One of the new technologies that's out now is you can leverage the same exact concepts. If they work on email, you can leverage them on Facebook Messenger. I've used them on LinkedIn campaigns. We're leveraging organic LinkedIn. You can take this to a networking event where you say, hey, I'd love to give you this printed out sheet or make this appointment available to you, there's training available to you, and all I need is your business card. So some way to get their information and permission. There are several different types. So again, we're looking right here on the CVJ, the customer value journey, at the subscribe level. So how do we get them engaged? To subscribe. We're not talking about getting money at this point. We're not talking about getting them to sit down in the appointment. I just want their information so we can talk to them, so we can communicate with them. So let me put this other one up on the screen, and these worksheets are available to you to use. This is a little worksheet and checklist, so you can start kind of brainstorming the different type of lead magnets. As I mentioned, as far as like a downloadable PDF, which is very common, very easy, any kind of report, a guide, if you have a case study for like in B2B type of relationships, any kind of toolkits, resource guides where people are trying to do it themselves or just trying to look in and get to know what it is they're operating with. For my SaaS clients, software downloads, trials, those are going to be the easy given one. You might find that you need one though before that happens to move them into a software download trial. Any kind of quizzes, if you're familiar with Ryan Levesque and his Ask method, that's going to be those quizzes and surveys. Any kind of cheat sheets. People love easy buttons. When you're writing a copy, that's a whole bullet point headline style is that easy button, right? Video training works well. Discount free shipping, especially if you're looking at more of a consumer base and you're shipping something. Hey, if you want to receive a 20% discount on your first order, put your email in here and we'll send it to you right away. Same thing with free shipping. If you'd like to get free shipping on your next order, give me your email. Any kind of assessment or test, so think about personality tests. Pottermore does great with, they have several different quizzes you can take to sort you into your house or see what kind of wand you have, but you have to give your email before you see any of the results. Blind sales material. So one of the things that we found in several different of the companies that we work with is people just want pricing. Like it's really difficult for certain industries for people to find pricing online, and they're used to it even being more complicated. You call and they want to show you a tour and all that. Just give them what they want. Give them the pricing, and that has converted extremely well. Pick one that's going to, again, be specific to what you're selling. So a couple of the things that I'm looking for, ultra specific. I do not want your entire ebook that's going to take them a day to read or even an hour to read. I want something that's hyper specific. This is how financial advisors can get leads for their clients. This is 5 ways that you are underinsured. This is how you know that your clients are ready to buy. I'm doing ones that are more familiar to me. One of the ones, like I said, that's specific to some of our clients is we've done price downloads for any of our schools that we've worked with. I've done tips for taking care of your car and ensuring that it lasts longer. For a lawyer, we've done everything they needed to know about bankruptcy. It says everything, but it's the critical tips because there's a lot of confusion in the market for bankruptcy and who can file and what they can move off their credit report. I'm sorry, not move off of their finances. Those things that people want, those things that people actively search on Google for, that they actively ask you for all the time, this is what I want your lead magnet to be, but I want it to be ultra specific. The second thing is I need it to be the big thing. It's not going to be, there's nothing that you, magic pill, no silver bullet that you can give that's going to answer all of someone's problems. I just need you to answer one really well, one incredibly thing that they've been searching for, do that one. Which kind of brings me to the next one is immediate gratification, not a book. Something that's going to work with them right now, something that's going to make them, that instant gratification society that we have, 5 minutes, that's all you've got to impress somebody. So your lead magnet needs to be ultra specific to them, to the exact problem they're having, that one thing that you can solve really well right now. So instant gratification, if you're going to say, oh, it's going to be 15 minutes to deliver and you're going to use your CRM to delay it, you've missed the opportunity. They want results right then and right there. And we can discuss different ways that you can do that by adding video on a thank you page, by adding extra resources, but it has to be immediate. The other one is speaks to a known end result. Let me pull this up. So y'all guys can see it. Here we go. So I really want you guys to know what we're working with here. It has to be what they really want, not what you, as the person in the industry, thinks they want, but what they actually want. So in here I have the hint, talk about the size of the holes, not the size of the drill bits. If you're selling drill bits, nobody wants a drill bit. Nobody. I've drilled holes. I like building things. I've never cared about a drill bit. What I would like to know is, hey, I'm trying to actively install a TV up on the wall with a panel that has a 1/4-inch hole and I need to drill it. So I have a 1/4-inch hole. Tell me what I need, or I need a 1/4-inch hole. How do I get it? You need a drill and you need a drill bit. So speak to the actual end desire. People don't want marketing in my industry. People don't want landing pages. People don't want social media. What they really want is leads, sales, qualified appointments. There's very completely different set language that your client is using compared to what you are using. So I want you to use their words, their desired end result, going back to that product market fit. There's a reason we did all that boring stuff first, is I want you to go back to that, look at what they actually want, and come up with a lead magnet that is absolutely compelling, that when you say, hey, you want leads? I've got this. Your water's flooding, your house is too hot, the heater always goes out right when it turns winter. What is it you can do? What is it you can offer that someone is going to jump up and say, I need to give you my email information. I need to get with you. I need to talk to you, right? Speak to that known desired end result that we did in your product market fit. The next step is it needs to shift the relationship. The best lead magnets do more than just inform. They actually change the state and the mindset of your prospect. So they're pre-framed to engage in future business with your company. How can you do that? I know for us, we have a 73-point checklist with all the different ways that you can increase revenue in your business, that you increase the number of customers in your business. 73 is daunting though, right? I've shifted the relationship. I'm educating the client. I'm giving them an easy checklist. Hey, here, you can go do it. But I'm also educating them about us and what we do. With a musical arts schoolhouse, with our clients there, we're shifting the relationship because the lead magnet, the totality of what they're getting in that PDF is not just pricing. Just like any other sales pitch, before we give the actual pricing, we're going to front load it with a ton of content that shows why that price matters, why the value matters. Before they see price, they're going to see value. They're going to see tons more of engagement. The next one is it needs to actually have a high perceived value. It's not enough that I get it's free, and nobody wants to put a lot of work and effort into something that somebody is getting for free, right? But just because it's free doesn't mean it should look free. It needs to be absolutely professional. We just did one for a speaker and trainer. We did 101 speaker hacks, tips, and tricks. It's gorgeous. We had Design Pickle do it for us. Of course, we've done this all the time, so we know what we're asking for. But it looks so beautiful. They actually promote it to their other clients as something that they can use and build to gain more customers. It needs to look great. If it looks shoddy like a 5-year-old did it, then that's the perception that your clients are going to have of you, that you're shoddy, that things are misspelled, that the grammar is poor and the sentences run on. And depending on your client, this could be terrible. So high perceived value, make sure that just because it is free, that it doesn't look free. All right, the next one is high actual value. If your lead magnet is all sizzle and no steak, you may get their contact information, but you'll lose their attention to when you must promise and deliver the goods, right? Because this is going to foreshadow the business that you're actually bringing. If you can talk a good talk, but you can't actually perform, it's going to fall flat, right? I mean, don't be wrong. Get a good product out there, get a great lead magnet, but actually provide great value. This is really important because it's going to let people know that that value is going to be extended with you, right? So high value. The very last one that I want you to run your ideas by is rapid consumption. Again, you don't want your lead magnet to be a roadblock in your sales funnel. So ideally, 5 minutes or less. I've seen some of the best ones are just 2 paragraphs of information. They're a quick 2-minute video, maybe a quick worksheet, and the faster somebody can fill it out, the better. If you do your ebook, I cannot stress this enough, no ebooks. Nobody has time to read your whole ebook. We barely have time to read actual books that are sitting on our shelves that we paid for. Worksheets, templates, easy stuff that they can get in and they get that value with really quick. And if you can add information about your business, that's even better. use those headlines, that bullet maker that we built yesterday, plug your lead magnet in. Once you determine what you want to offer, and you kind of run a quick product market fit on just the lead magnet, start coming up with a great title using those templates. That's plug and play templates. Print out that sheet with all the bullet points just for this lead magnet, and just run all the different kinds of bullets that you can come up, and one of those is going to be a stellar headline. And then describe what that promise is that your lead magnet is making so that people know immediately what they're getting. Why does all that matter? Because our ability to put this online using funnel builders, lead magnet pages is really fast. It doesn't have to be very detailed. We've put together some that are really easy. You just call out the market, and we'll go in this more this week. You're calling out the market. You're giving that headline that you're writing right here on this worksheet, telling the promise and maybe a few little bullet points. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, using the copy worksheet that we did yesterday. Use that, come up with 3, 4 solid bullet points, one solid headline, a market call out, picture a video on the side. Keep it super simple. If you don't have any, don't worry about it. And we're going to be able to create a landing page to pull these leads in like that. But we do need to actually have the lead magnet first. If this is a schedule, just, hey, we're going to book with us. I need you to jump over, and I need you to actually have a scheduler that you're starting to program with your actual appointment type. So we use Book Like a Boss. We go in there and we set 73-point checklist with 30 minutes, and we start to set that parameter. So when we come back to our landing page, we can instantly insert that in there. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions on building your lead magnet, on any of the lead magnet ideas, again, this one's going to take a lot of brainstorming. Break it off your core offer. Break it off of a smaller offer from that. Just tiny little corner piece of that big core offer that you ultimately want to get to. But if you have questions, bring them. That's the whole point. We have the BGN Insiders engagement group that is there. Ask your questions. Show us what you've got. Show us our examples. I'm going to be having myself run through this for the next year. We're going to have our partners, Scott and David, run through this. We're all going to be running through this together. We want to help you. We want to get you through this. This is going to be one of your first big hurdles, and we want to help you. So go jump over to the Facebook group, Business Growth Network Insiders Engagement Group, ask your questions, post it up, and let's get it reviewed so we can move on to Dave 9, confidently building out the things that you need to offer your lead magnet. All right, guys. Bye, and I'll see you tomorrow.